Good day, I'm Carrie-Ann Smith and this is your JIS News for Friday, November 25. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has directed all government ministries, departments and agencies that violence should not be used as a means of control over citizens. The instruction was given on Thursday at the launch of the Global Partnership to End Violence Against Children. The Prime Minister asserted that while crime was a major challenge for the country, the response could not be more violence. He insisted that the path to overcome criminality must be paved by law and order and respect for citizens.
So government has to start with the institutions over which it has leverage and control. So government, the state, should not endorse or use violence as a normalized tool of control over its citizens. This is a policy direction that I have given to the government of Jamaica. Our police force must never be seen as a purveyor of violence against its citizens. And we are going to change that. Our state homes must not be perceived as purveyors of violence against our children. Our schools must not be seen as purveyors of violence against our children. And we must stand up as a society, as the government, and take control of the institutions that interact and provide services with our citizens.
In addition, the Prime Minister signaled the government's intention to keep national and international commitments to protect children.
As a pathfinder country, Jamaica is committed to providing comprehensive, coordinated, and multi-sectoral services for preventing and responding to violence. We are prepared to strengthen legislation to protect children from all forms of violence and exploitation by bringing all sectors together in a movement to end violence and provide children with a meaningful role at the heart of that movement. Through this partnership, we are making use of a key opportunity to take the lead in making a difference, and we owe it to our beloved children to do so.
Meanwhile, Minister of Gender Affairs Olivia Grange has announced that government will begin implementing the National Strategic Plan to eliminate gender-based violence next year. She made the announcement in her message marking today as the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. The minister's message was delivered by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Alison McLean, at a church service to launch the day.
We are serious about tackling the issue of violence against women and girls. It is high on our agenda. We need your support to ensure that we succeed, to ensure that every woman and every girl is guaranteed their rights as human beings, which includes protection from violence.
In other news, government is making strides in its push to develop food-based or gastronomic tourism. Portfolio Minister Edmund Bartlett says the Tourism Linkages Council under Adam Stewart's chairmanship is already mapping out the food routes across Jamaica to help the country tap into the global multi-billion-dollar subsector.
They tell me that already they are pulling together all the critical offerings within the various areas, the various streams of food presentation, and building out festivals that are going to build a whole product for gastronomy.
Minister Bartlett was addressing business interests and tourism stakeholders at the recent groundbreaking for the $1 billion expansion of the Appleton Rum Estate Tour Complex in St. Elizabeth. The project, which is scheduled to be completed in time for the start of the 2017-2018 winter tourist season, includes the establishment of a gourmet restaurant serving the best in local cuisine. Minister Bartlett praised the JRA and Navy for undertaking the project, which he said was a signal of confidence in the economy.
But we see this as a new statement that Jamaica is about to make to the world as a center of gastronomy.
In the meantime, government will be revising the Tourist Board Act to strengthen the Tourist Board's role in ensuring that entities are licensed. The announcement was made by Minister Edmund Bartlett at a Trelawney Chamber of Commerce luncheon in Falmouth recently. He insisted that operators in the industry must adhere to the rules and regulations in order to maintain the strength of brand Jamaica.
And we are very strong on licensing, and we are going to be very strong on licensing. And we are going to be very strong on ensuring that the quality and the standards that will keep our destination top of mind to the visitor is maintained.
Starting next month, government will be implementing a new policy to ease the long wait at public pharmacies. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the National Health Fund will be contracting private pharmacies to dispense drugs to persons who obtain prescriptions from state-run facilities.
You don't need to stay at the hospital to fill the prescription. You can go to a pharmacy in the town square, a designated pharmacy, which is contracted to carry out the service, and you will get your drugs rather than staying at the hospital. So you will have choices. You will have more distribution points.
The policy will be introduced as a pilot project to assess the long-term feasibility. Dr. Tufton was addressing the opening of a drug-serve pharmacy at the Kingston Town Health Centre on Wednesday. Currently, doctors visit the facility 3 days per week. With the opening of the pharmacy, there will be a full-time pharmacist, a pharmacy technician, and a curative nurse. The health centre, which caters to about 5,000 persons annually, will also be expanded early next year to offer dental, optical, screening, and other services. The expansion is to cost $40 million. And finally, the mayoral election for the municipality of Portmore will no longer be held on the gazetted boundaries of 2015, but will instead be held on the 2003 boundaries. The Electoral Office of Jamaica, EOJ, announced the decision in a statement released last night. The change stems from the Supreme Court ruling in the case of Lennox Hines versus the Ministry of Local Government, the Attorney General of Jamaica, and the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. The affected electoral divisions are Greater Portmore North in St. Catherine Southern and the Portmore Pines Division in St. Catherine East Central. This means that a total of 4,837 electors in 16 polling divisions will no longer be able to vote for the mayor and will be issued with a single ballot to vote for a councillor. The remaining 93,054 electors will be given 2 ballots to facilitate voting for a councillor and the mayor of Portmore. The 2016 local government elections will be held on Monday, November 28. Election day workers, police, and soldiers voted today. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Carrie Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.